Hello! How are you? I'm James, if you don't know. Nice to see you again. Today's another day. Another day means another adventure. It's currently 6:15 a.m. It's still dark outside, and it's Sunday. So, on Sunday mornings at 6:15 a.m., there's not usually much going on, is there? But what's going on for me is that I've been sitting here listening to all sorts of crap. But now I'm bored of all that, and I want to go back outside and see what's going on out there in the world. Now, I always tend to do the same thing when I go out, and it usually involves getting some kind of drink from the shop. I was getting these little energy drinks for a while, the cheap ones. They're a bit nasty though, leave a bit of a taste in your mouth. And recently I've been getting Pepsi Max Tropical. So I'm just thinking about those two drinks and which one to go for. Not sure which one to go for. Maybe I'll go for something else completely different. I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna head out and go start the day outside in the cold, freshness of a Sunday morning, which is what it is. Alright, let's go. Better put my shoes on my feet. Can't go outside with no shoes, can you? What do you think of my purple hat? Do you like it? I wear it a lot at the moment. It's Vans. I like Vans. I like anything that's skateboarding branded. Although I don't really skateboard anymore. I used to a little bit. Never really got any good. I could do an ollie. I remember there was a point where I managed to do a few kickflips a few times in a row, but not with a very high success rate. Very low success rate, to be honest. Wow, that was not good. I nearly dropped my phone in the toilet just now. I would not be happy if I did that. I would be absolutely distraught. Just started thinking about what if I dropped this camera in the toilet as well. Oh my god, that would be the worst thing ever. I love this camera. I can't tell you how much I love this camera. Too much. Okay, so like I said, I'm going out. It's really quiet out here, so I feel like I need to be quiet as well in order to fit in with the quietness around. I don't really have to be quiet, but I kind of want to be. I don't know why. It's incredibly quiet out here. Whoa, why does my face look like that? Oh wow, oh, it's the lights. So yes, as I said, I'm going to go to the shop. I think I'm going to get a bottle of Coke. Quite probably. I'm just going to check my bank balance on my phone first. My balance does suggest that I have enough money. That's a good start. It's actually slightly unnerving how quiet it is. It's so quiet. Unbelievable. The only noise that there is me vlogging. That's the only noise. Who the hell vlogs at this time on a Sunday morning? Who the hell vlogs at all? Well, the answer to both those questions is me. I do. I hope the shop is open. I hope it doesn't have different hours on a Sunday. It might do though. You never quite know. Oh no, it looks like it's open. It's usually pretty reliable, this shop. They're always open super early. Every single day. Without fail. They're open early. and the staff have always been nice to me, so I think it's a good shop. I like it. Wow, yeah, that shop's great. It's 6:30 now. I asked them what time they open on a Sunday morning. He said 5 a.m. Unbelievable. That's so amazing. There's not many shops that'll do that. Oh Jesus, that crow's crowing. It's amazing how loud a crow can be. Anyway, I couldn't really make up my mind, so I got 3 drinks. I got Rubicon, Spring, Orange and Mango. Still going, still crowing. Then I got Rubicon, Spring, Black Cherry, Raspberry. Drink number 2. And then unbelievably, Mr. Indecisive, drink number 3. Lucozade Energy Cherry. That's a lot of drinks. Wow. I wonder what that crow is saying. I wonder if it is a crow. It might be a raven. I don't know. I'm not sure what the difference is. I know they're both black. A crow and a raven. Yeah, a crow and a raven are both black, aren't they? Okay, we're going to try this. Lucozade Energy Cherry. Let's stop here. Wait, hang on. There's a bus stop over here. Let's stop at this bus stop for a second. Can I sit there? Let's stay there. It's not going to stay. Okay. Lucozade Energy Cherry. Very nice. I've got 2 Rubicon drinks to sustain me throughout the day. The reason I got so many drinks is because I made a mistake yesterday of not preparing. And if you fail to prepare, you should prepare to fail. And what it meant is that I didn't get myself anything to drink. And then when I woke up at about, I think it was like 11 p.m, midnight, then I was like, I really wanted a fizzy drink like Coca-Cola or something. But there's nowhere to go buy Coca-Cola at that time. Well, there is. There's McDonald's and there's 24-hour garage. But I didn't want to go to either of them. Eventually I did go to McDonald's, which you can see in yesterday's video. Oh my god, it's just started raining out of nowhere. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm heading back home again. Just had a quick trip to the shop. And yes, it is Sunday morning, so it is very, 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 very quiet. And there's nobody around. I say that as a car goes past. The only car that I've seen. Looks like a taxi. So yeah, good morning. So yeah, here are the 3 drinks I got in case you didn't see. Rubicon, Orange and Mango, Lucozade Energy Cherry, Rubicon Spring, Black Cherry, Raspberry. Started raining just as I was outside, so kind of good timing for me to come back in. I need to show you some more things for the camera, so that I've got things to talk about. I've still got some of these books to finish. I've started to show on a different video. Maybe I could do one of these. Which one should we go for? Disney Encanto, Mystery in the Rainforest. Okay, Mystery in the Rainforest, let's give it a go. Disney Encanto, Mystery in the Rainforest. The Madrigals were a family with magical gifts that lived in a wondrous place called an Encanto. The Encanto included a village and their magical house, Casita. Peppa Madrigal had the gift of controlling the weather with her emotions, and today the weather around her was unpredictable. Pepa's daughter, Dolores, who had the gift of hearing everything, had just got engaged. Every time Pippa thought about the wedding reception, her mood switched instantly from happy to worried. Mi amor, I know you're nervous about our daughter's big day, said her husband, Felix. But everything will be perfect. You'll see. That's the problem, complained Pippa. I wish I could see it, but I can't predict the future. That gave their son, Camillo, an idea. Well, Tio Bruno can, said Camillo, who had the power to shapeshift. He snapped his fingers and changed his youthful face and red curly hair to look just like his uncle's. Bruno reluctantly agreed to help Pippa peek into the future of her family's anticipated event. Everyone gathered around him, but Bruno's vision didn't show a big party or the design of Dolores' wedding dress. The vision showed the Encanto looking gloomy and sad, with fallen trees, withered leaves, and parched soil. Abuela Alma, the matriarch of the Madrigal family, was worried. She asked Bruno if he knew what was happening. He responded with one last detail: a beautiful Flor de Mayo orchid. Abuela decided that they should go to the village. Maybe someone there knew what was happening. In town, they met with a few worried families. Senora Ozma hadn't been able to prepare her famous empanadas because there wasn't enough corn for the dough, and the Flores family's avocado tree had been without fruit for weeks. Then, when Mirabel, Abuela's daughter, youngest granddaughter, and Antonio, Dolores' little brother, went to buy a green mango with lime and salt at a stall, they were told that there were no mangoes or limes. Camilo and his friend were also disappointed when they couldn't get a refreshing coconut smoothie. What do you mean there are no plantains? Julieta, Mirabel's mama, asked Don Osvaldo Orozco Ortiz at the produce market. Back at Casita, Julieta continued complaining to Isabella, her eldest daughter, and Mirabel's older sister, who was desperately trying to replace the withered flowers on all the balconies. The Madrigals called a family meeting to talk about the mysterious problem. We must find a solution, said Abuela. Luisa, Mirabel's other older sister, suggested planting new trees and growing fresh produce, but Isabella told her she had already tried that in town. The plants, old or new, are barely surviving, she added. They needed to find the cause. I haven't heard the waterfalls in a few days, said Dolores, with her ear pointing towards the mountains. Antonio watched his family desperately thinking about how to help their beloved Encanto, when suddenly his friend Pico, a toucan, clattered in his ear. Antonio knew that the time had come to show them the power of his magical gift. I know what to do, Antonio said with excitement. I need to go to the rainforest. Kay, going to the rainforest alone? Asked Abuela. Papito, I know you're very brave, but that's a big responsibility for a young man like you, she added. Everyone started talking about the baby of the family wanting to solve this huge mystery on his own, until they heard a big roar. Mirabel broke the awkward silence. Are we forgetting Antonio's magical gift? He won't do this alone. He has his animals, she said. Go, son, make your family proud, Felix said, feeling hopeful, and everyone else agreed. Pico led the way into the rainforest, while Antonio and the others followed. Along the way, they saw lots of other animals who decided to join them. It wasn't long before they arrived at the edge of a dry river. The waterfall that fed into it was almost dry as well. Only a thin stream of water trickled down the wall of rocks onto the dry dirt. Chispy, a chiguero, caught Antonio's attention and gestured to a beautiful orchid. A hummingbird buzzed near Antonio and said, It's a Flor de Mayo, and it's still growing. There must be a reason. Antonio turned to Pico and the hummingbird. Can you fly up there and look around? Then come and tell me what you see. At the top of the rocks, the hummingbird got close to the flower, drawn by its scent. The three birds were admiring the orchid's beauty when they finally saw it. A large and heavy ceiba tree was blocking the river. The three birds immediately flew back down to tell Antonio. Without wasting a second, Antonio used his magical gift to call more animals. Together they came up with a plan to move the giant tree and unblock the waterfall. They worked as a team, moved the tree, and the water began to flow. "We did it," said Antonio as he laughed and hugged his animal friends. He looked gratefully at the orchid, because thanks to it, they were able to discover exactly where the problem was. Antonio and his animals returned to Casita. They shared the good news with the family and the entire community. "Great job, Antonio," everyone cheered. "Now let's have a wedding," said Peeper. "We're so proud of you," Mirabelle said. "You helped your community with your magical gift, but also with courage and love, the gifts we all have within." Okay, there's a Disney book, Disney Encanto, Mystery in the Rainforest. I basically found a bunch of these kids' books that are quite small and thin or whatever, so I just thought I'd read them. Once I've read them all one time, I'm just going to get rid of them.